there's a lot going on. We have a lot of news today in the world of Spider-Man about Spider-Man 3, the MCU Spider-Man 3. So, did a video last week about Alfred Molina being reprising his role as Doc Ock, Otto Octavius in Spider-Man 3. And it was a rumor, but now more websites are reporting confirmation of that being the case. On top of that, Collider, and this is Frosty from Collider, so he's been credible in the past. He says that Kirsten Dunst has confirmed to come back as MJ, as Mary Jane from the Toby McGuire verse. And that makes you wonder if Emma's going to come back to play Gwen Stacy, which the rumor is that she will. And there's all kinds of rumors now about Disney negotiating the final parts of the negotiation with Toby Maguire. So, what does this mean? This is a big deal. And I've said this before. And I'm not done. There's more news. But I want to talk about this for a minute. They're going to do a unique, once-in-a-lifetime thing. This movie will, if depending on what happens with the global pandemic and all that stuff in the world, right? There's a chance that this film could do 1.5 billion. Now, again, it all depends on what happens in the world, you know? If people are willing to go out to movie theaters again, you know. But, dude, so I talked about this before. They already confirmed Jamie Foxx's Electro. Well, not confirmed, but it was rumored that he denied it, whatever. What they're probably going to do is they're going to do some kind of multiversal rip in the dimensional fabric. Because a lot of people have been asking. They've been asking, like, okay, how is Otto Octavius going to be in this film if he died at the end of Spider-Man 2, right? Same thing with, of course, if they bring back Gwen Stacy, who, spoilers, died at the end of Amazing Spider-Man. So how are they going to do it? Well, if we know that Doctor Strange is heavily rumored to be in this film, and we know there's going to be... I'm going to do a whole video about this, by the way, the multiverse plan of Marvel for Phase 4. But there's going to be some kind of interdimensional rip that's probably going to happen during the events of Spider-Man 2, before Octavius dies, and also during the events of Amazing Spider-Man. It's going to pull these characters into the MCU, and I think they're going to do the Sinister Six. I believe it might not be the exact same Sinister Six as in the comics or in the video games, because there's no Shocker, but we have Electro. I think that's the plan for this film. I think we're going to get the Spider-Men facing off against their greatest rivals, as well as, you know, new people coming in. Here's the big shocker. This is a big deal, guys. Charlie Cox, who played Daredevil in the Netflix Daredevil series, the one that everybody loves, and it is good, is supposed to come back in Spider-Man 3 to play Daredevil. So what does that mean? First of all, that means that we're finally going to see Daredevil in an MCU movie, which we've been waiting for a long time. There were issues between the TV guy and Kevin Feige, you know, and I don't want to get into that right now, but you guys have probably heard about it. But here's the thing. If Daredevil is going to be in an MCU film, logically you would think that the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, would also be in the film. And the Kingpin, to me, was my favorite character from the Daredevil show. And the Kingpin is also somebody who could be a member of the Sinister Six. So, to me, it just makes a lot of logical sense that they're going to do that in this film. I'm expecting this movie to blow everybody's mind based on what they're doing. This is like beyond an all-star cast. This is like Avengers Endgame. It's not quite as big as Endgame. Let's not go crazy here. But for Phase 4, this could end up being the big movie. Like, instead of us getting an Avengers film, it's going to be this one. Because if we're going to have appearances from Sony alternate universe Spider-Man, Toby McGuire, who's actually been spotted getting a costume change or a costume fix, so he's coming in, dude. Let's not kid ourselves. It's happening. Toby McGuire, Charlie Cox, Andrew Garfield, the ladies in their lives from each individual film, on top of Tom Holland, on top of J. Jonah Jameson, who's probably going to be in the movie, which I can't wait to see. Even if it's a small role, I can't wait to see him there. I can't wait. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, there's a lot of news here. There's a lot of information to digest. And we have heard, and it says right here that Toby McGuire and Garfield are both expected to return to reprise their roles as the web slinger, and they will also be joined by their respective love interests, Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane Watson, Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. Of course, it's on top of the returning cast members of the MCU film, Jacob Batalon, Ned Reed, Zendaya as MJ, and Marissa Tomei's Aunt May. This is going to be a big movie. And then it says here that Charlie Cox is going to be involved too. Now, again, this is just a rumor. So the thing is, so what we understand is that there's going to be a lot of multiverse stuff going on with the Loki and WandaVision series. And Doctor Strange has been rumored to be a part of this film as well. So there's going to be something going on with the multiverse, and that's going to lead into some kind of rip in the space-time fabric that will bring Spider-Man from other worlds here, like what they did with Into the Spider-Verse. That's going to be live action. This is a big deal. Seeing all these guys play Spider-Man again, and look, I'm not a big fan of Garfield's, movies. There was some good stuff there, and I thought the spider suit looked great, and I thought that he was great as Spider-Man, not so much Peter Parker. And, Tobey Maguire, the first two Spider-Man movies are pretty much considered classics. And to see them come back and play the characters one more time, I mean, just for them as actors is a big deal. And to see, like, the fabric ripping, and it's going to have to be a team of 3 Spider-Men, Daredevil, possibly Doctor Strange, possibly Wanda. We'll see. Because I'm just speculating right now. She's going to be involved in the storyline. This is what I think is going to be the major storyline of Phase 4. And I do believe that this multiverse stuff could eventually lead to the X-Men and other characters coming in. Even if it's Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine for one movie, it's going to make a lot of money. I think Sony and Marvel are out to make a lot of money and to do something special for the fans. And I think this is pretty damn special, especially with Daredevil, dude. Like, we have been dying. Dude, I thought before the movie came out that they were going to do a huge battle in Avengers Endgame, like what they did, with all the heroes coming together. And I really wanted to see Daredevil there, Luke Cage. I wanted to see all the TV Marvel guys there, and they weren't there, and it was too bad. Maybe in the future they will be. Maybe the next time they do something like this, they will have Daredevil there. I don't know. I hope so. Anyways, let me know what you think. This story, I mean, it's... When they dropped that first trailer, and we see Toby and Andrew and then Tom Holland, oh man, I can't wait. It's going to be huge. This is going to be a massive movie event. No matter what happens, this is going to be a huge movie and maybe one of the biggest MCU films of all time. I think it's going to be right up there with, as far as box office, like the other, Avengers, Infinity War. I'm not saying it's not going to do, I mean, it depends. But as far as like epicness goes, I think it'll be right up there. Maybe not as epic because Infinity War and Endgame were like the culmination of a huge storyline, but this is going to bring together other stories of Spider-Man, a lot of which weren't even resolved, or maybe people want to see him again or whatever, and it's going to be very special if you're a Spider-Man fan, especially if you're a fan of Spider-Man in the movies, because it's going to be great. Who knows what else is going to happen? More BS. Don't forget Michael Keaton as the Vulture. Damn. Okay, it's going to be great. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk very soon.